Thank you for joining me today, guys. I have a super special unboxing for you today that I've been putting off for a year, like most of my videos. We're looking at something spectacularly old and hard to find. This is the Cybergun Mossberg licensed 500 cruiser grip model. This is actually an Ithaca 37. I think that's the right number. It's definitely not a Mossberg 500 cruiser. And this is new in packaging. This isn't exactly a high-end gun by any means at all. It's a competent Springer, but it's really not. The Double Eagle M47, which either came roughly the exact same time or shortly after this model came out, was a huge improvement. Had an adjustable hop-up. This one is fixed, and the output power was a lot higher. I think it went from 350 or like 330 with a .20, and then this only has 230 with, where does it say here? Does it have the BB weight marked? I doubt it. It's probably with .12, but I'll test it afterwards. And this is made by a company called Toy Star in South Korea. This one was not made in China. One thing I'd like to mention is that these aren't exactly easy to find. They're not uncommon, but they don't exactly show up all that often on eBay, if that makes any sense. There's one for sale right now. It's in black, but it's not the Mossberg version. I think all I'm going to figure out now before I get into trying to open this box is the date that it came out. Is there a date? Cybergun has always been really good about dating their shit, but I think it's probably written on the manual inside, so we're going to have to get inside here before I do. So this is a 3-part plastic clamshell, and what that means is that I would need to use like a ton of heat, like a soldering iron, to get this, the seam line apart. So I think my best bet is just going to be to try to cut the top off with a good pair of shears, and then seeing if I can just open it up into 2 parts and then reuse the box. So I'm going to do that real quick here, see if I can make it work, and then we will actually get into the looking at this awesome relic. So, super stoked. I'm going to get started. Send positive vibes retrospectively. One thing I would like to note is that there does not appear to be a price tag on this anywhere. It's pretty common for them to come with a price tag on it, but this one does not have a price tag on it, so unfortunately I can't quite make a conclusion on that. Oh, my left arm is starting to give up again. Oh, damn it. Well, I can just tape that up. Alright, well, that could have gone a lot better, but I did manage to get most of it open. Alright, now that the cutting is done, we can move on to getting the gun out and all the accoutrements. So starting with the manual. Let me take a look at this real quick. I'll scan it up and put it in for you guys to read. There does appear to be instructions for filling a gas pistol magazine. I'm not sure why that's in here. Oh, this is their way back in the day. Soft Air had, or Cybergun, they had like a universal manual that covered everything, not limited to a specific model. Like they've got the like a green gas M9, a green gas Desert Eagle, spring gun. Looks like a KWC 1911 Springer. They've got a micro Uzi, Colt Delta Elite. Yeah, just super vague and. Oh, this is from 2000. This thing is 20 years old. Wow. So it appears that the only copyrights they had at the time was for Taurus, Desert Eagle, FAMAS, Colt, and Uzi, and they were called 3PSA at the time. So they don't have a huge product catalog at this point. They've got a Desert Eagle, a PT99, a Micro Uzi, and a Delta Elite showcased. And then again, that's all they have on the inside here for their example pictures. So very, very awesome find. This is much older than I was expecting. I was expecting like 2006, but 2000. Wow. All right. Oh, and then there's a. Okay. So this is a more specific manual, but they call it the Smith & Wesson Model 3000 in this one. I'm gonna try to get the liner notes out. Okay, so they appear to be in pieces. So here's the top one. Now, something I want to note is that a Class 2 spin-up means that it has a fixed top-up. Class 3 is an adjustable, and then there's also a Class 4, but I couldn't quite find a difference between the 3 and the 4. And then the accuracy rating is 20 out of 25. Now, sorry, that's just my elbow. You would think that means it can hit a target 20 out of 25 times, right? Well, that's actually deceiving. So what that means, and it's written on the front in fine print, I believe, I saw it, but, well, okay, so it's not written in the fine print on here, but what that means to Cybergun is that using .20 gram pellets, they can hit a quarter, and that's what their unit of, that's what their target is for this rating, it's a quarter. They can hit a quarter from either 20 or 25 feet, and I've tried that in the basement, and it's not hard to do, even with a pistol, and shaky as I am. So it's a really misleading product statistic to feature. Magazine capacity 30 rounds, power range 70 feet, velocity 230. Again, I don't know with what BB weight that is, but we're going to move on now. So I'd like to note one more time that it says Mossberg 500, but they included the 3000 model with this, with the instructions on for this one. So now we're going to get the gun out, but I'm going to keep that to the side for now. This one doesn't have a particular smell to it. That's kind of disappointing. What's the sticker here read? Use of paintballs with this product waives all warranties. Okay. Anything else here? Okay, so we have an orange sticker on the front of the barrel on the left side that says it's just instructions for moving the magazine. I'll get to that in a little bit. And then I'm going to break the... I'm just going to scrap the box. It's not... There's no way I'm able to get this apart. It's regrettable, but it's just what we have to do. I mean, at least I can get the liner notes right. That's good. Alright, so I'm going to try to pull the liner notes out now. Alright, this one's easy. Alright, so instructions on reloading. Made in Korea, there's a part number, there's a UPC code. Apparently the clear model's patented. Oh, yeah, okay, so the accuracy rating can hit a quarter from a distance of 20 feet with .20 gram BBs. So if you take like a 6 foot tall person, try to imagine that, multiply it by just over 3, like with them laying on the ground, that's what they're talking about, and that's really not impressive at all. So the inside is totally blank, and we can move on to what's left, which is just the ultrasonic .12 gram pellets that are stowed away in the bottom. These are absolutely my least favorite pellets. As nostalgic as they are, they're basically useless and a waste of plastic. Alright, this one's still held together pretty tight. think I'm gonna have to cut it. Alright, you're done. Haha. We lived. So, oh, it doesn't even matter because the package is already, it's got like a ventilation hole in it, but here are this looks to be about maybe 200 or 300 .12 gram ultrasonic BBs. I'm not sure of the origin of make, but I seriously doubt that they were made by Toy Star. We're just going to put these off to the side. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, we're going to get to the Mossberg 500 Ithaca 37. Or Ithaca, I'm not quite sure what the phonetic is on that, but let's get these stickers off. I think I'll leave the front one on. So, made in Korea. Has KSG markings on it. I think that means Kit Swallow Group. They might be like an overarching distributor or parent company for Toy Star. There are 3 PSA markings on it. Awesome. Indication of the gun being super old. Barrel has 12 gauge for 2 3/4 or shorter shells written on it on the left. And there appears to be a serial number. And then something in South Korea. Alright, so I ended up having some technical difficulties with the video. The camera cut off at 20 minutes and about half the video was lost, but we got the unboxing, so that's probably the most important part. Cybergun changed their name from 3 PSA quite some time later, or maybe I'd say about 5 or 6 years later, around 2006 or 2005. So as I chronographed, this was cut off, but I chronographed the gun and it shoots about 300 FPS with a .12 gram pellet, so they estimated the FPS with .20 gram BBs. This gun did come preloaded with like a very pale yellow BB, and about like 6 or 7 of them, by the way. And that struck me as super odd. That's just not a safe practice for packaging an airsoft gun. Now, I'm gonna pump this thing, and show you guys how it operates. So here's the first pump. Hopefully my arm doesn't give out. Okay, I think I got it. Hopefully it doesn't malfunction. So again, this chronographs at around 300 FPS for the .12 gram pellet. It sounds to have very poor compression, really, especially for, well, it is a 20-year-old gun, so it's probably not going to be that great. Again, super awesome find, incredible. I've been putting this video off for almost a year, and this was, unfortunately we didn't save the packaging, but again, super cool to have a near mint condition, only just very slightly used example of this gun in my possession, and I'm super stoked to do more with this one in the future, and hopefully I'll be able to do a full review on this system. I have 4 more copies of this gun sitting in my basement that have been collecting dust again for almost a year, and yeah, I had a lot of fun unboxing this gun. I wasn't exactly blown away like I was with the P99, but hopefully we all had a great time watching this unfold, and thank you for watching. Hope you guys had fun.